This is Mom Cave Live, and we're here with a special guest to talk to us about something that all new moms need to know about, which is how to soothe a baby that won't be soothed. Are you magic?
If I was, I would have slept a lot more last night.
Totally. Okay. So our guest for this episode is Allie Kingsley Baker, and she just came out with a new book while having a new baby. So first of all, congrats on that. That's like super mom status right there.
It was an accident, in all honesty, but you know what? It was a happy accident.
Very like many babies are. So Allie has a book out called the Mama Sutra. You can see a picture of it there. And you can buy it in all of the places, and we'll tell you all about that. And we're going to give away a copy, a signed copy, to somebody watching this broadcast. My graphics are crazy. To somebody watching this broadcast, they'll get a signed copy and of the Mama Sutra. Okay, so we're live on Instagram at the same time, but technologies, who knows if it's actually working. People, if you can see us, hey. We're live over on Facebook. So yeah, these are the Instagram people, and here's the Facebook people. This is like very meta. Okay. Hi, Instagram. So we're live on Facebook, and I'm trying to go live on Instagram at the same time. So, hey, I see Abby is watching us over there. Okay. So back to the Facebook. The Facebook is where the mom cavers tend to congregate. Okay. So, Allie, let's start from the beginning. I'm going to ask you lots of questions.
All right.
It's really a miracle right now that the two of us are in front of these computers and there aren't any children behind us. They could appear at any moment.
This is business in the front. Party in the back.
Yeah.
I'm living
the back of my hair.
Really nice back here. Like my hair's curled in the front, rat's nest in the back. Everything's put away back here. And behind the camera, I have my tornado of a house that my children completely destroyed already, even though it's only 8:33, and they're just going bananas back there. But my husband, bless him, is holding it down.
Good. Thank God for husbands that can hold it down. Okay.
Facade.
All right. So we have some people joining us over on Instagram too. Normal Moms Club. Well, we're not normal, so I hope you like us still. Thanks for watching. Okay, so Allie, how did you get into the book writing business? I see that you're a novelist and a screenwriter. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, so I actually went to school to study photography, and it was my dream to work for this one photographer, very famous person, and I put all my hopes and dreams and education into working for him, and I got a job with him right out the gate. Right after I graduated. It's a crazy story, and I thought that was going to be my life, but it was very Devil Wears Prada. He was a super monster. He was terrible, and he just ruined every part of my being, and I was very sad about that. I was really depressed. And so I went to visit a friend in Austin, and I wrote sort of an extensive journal about my experience. And
wow, you're very self-aware. Let me just point that out. Like that you wrote a journal, you thought about it.
I didn't know what else to do.
You didn't just
the experience it was hard because it involved a lot of super famous people, and I was scared to talk about them to anyone else. So I kept it to myself, and I wrote it down. And I ended up taking this, when I was done, I sort of wrote it in book form because it was just part of my healing process to write it about somebody else.
Yep.
And when I was done, I meant to give it to my parents and my sister and some of my closest friends as like a holiday present, but I wanted it to read well. So I contacted my friends on MySpace back in the day.
Whoa.
Shout out to MySpace. And I said, does anybody know an editor? I wrote something and I just want like $200. I want somebody to clean it up. And I sent it to this friend of a friend of a friend in New York. And he said, you know what, you can't give this away. This is really good.
Cool.
And I said, well, I'm not a writer. And he goes, no, you are a writer. This is a really good book. You should get an agent. And so I went to Google and I hit top 10 literary agents in New York City. And I sent it to some of the ones that sounded the nicest, the names that I liked the most,
Nice.
as the best type of research it
Right.
goes. And I got a couple of agents interested, and then I signed with one, and that book was purchased by Penguin in 2011, and it came out in 2012, and it's called The Liar, the Bitch, and the Wardrobe, and it did exceptionally well. And that kind of started the whole thing. And then from there, actually, I was living in New York, and I got a tweet one day, and it was from this girl who said, "Hey, a friend of mine is looking for a ghostwriter. Would you be interested in that?" And at that time, I didn't know if I was going to go back to photography. Was this book thing going to go somewhere? I didn't really know what I was going to do with my life. I was in my early 20s, very lost. And I said, "Sure, I'll do a ghostwriting job." And she goes, "Great, where are you located?" I said, "New York." She said, "Where in New York?" And I lived on 77th and Lexington. And the girls were having lunch on, I think it was 76th and Madison, like one avenue away.
So it's like
I went down there right away, like 5 minutes from getting the tweet. And it was Nikki Hilton. And Nikki was lovely and sweet and amazing. And we wrote a book together. And from there, it just like really became a thing. I've been writing 2 books a year on average ever since. I do a lot of ghostwriting for celebrities. I work on their memoirs, their how-to guides. And then I met my husband, and he is a screenwriter. And so I was like, teach me that. And we started working on projects together and sold a couple of those. And so writing has just like become my thing. It was a complete happy accident, as so many things are, I guess, in my life.
Right. Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. And we should do an entire other interview another time about working with one's husband or wife, because I've done that too. Yeah. And it's its own thing.
If you can work with your husband, like, you're going to be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's hard.
Or in my case, I decided I'm not going to work with my husband, so that we are.
Right. Or yeah, no, for sure.
We're better doing our own thing.
For sure.
I'm hello Instagram people. I'm like holding up the phone for Instagram so they can see you. And I've never done this before, so it's a little weird, but that's okay, Instagram people. We're live on Facebook, and I need to learn how to make all the things work together. Eventually I will. Okay, so but what we're going to talk about today is your new book, The Mama Sutra. Yeah. And it is, let's see, I love the tagline. I had ancient positions to soothe the modern baby.
Yes.
Yeah. So I think everyone... I hear a cutie.
Oh, hey, Rocco.
we love hearing sound. Yeah. So I think everybody pretty much knows what the Kama Sutra is. Hopefully. I mean, if you had a baby, you probably utilized some of the positions of the Kama Sutra.
It's true. At least a couple.
Yeah, a couple. But for those of you that don't know, Allie, tell them, what is the Kama Sutra?
The Kama Sutra is an ancient book of sexual positions to, get you in the mood and get things in.
You'd be surprised.
Not for babies, for adults.
No, it's for adult enjoyment, and there's all different positions of how to have great sex. Yeah. But once you've done that, and then you're pregnant, and then you have this baby, especially your first baby. Right. It's like you are... Well, I speak from my experience. I don't know if everyone has this experience. I think they might. You are desperate to find ways to soothe this baby.
Yeah. It's not just soothing. It's, I didn't know about the gas problems of babies. I didn't know that gas was going to ruin our lives.
Yes.
But it did. And it's the gassing. It's the constipation. When your baby is constipated, when it's just like right there turtling out and the baby's screaming in pain, like there's no worse feeling. You're like, do it to me. I can take it. I've done this before. But like the constipation, the gas, the colic, like all the things that the babies have to deal with that just break your heart. That's really what inspired our book.
What I love about your book, there are many books about these kinds of topics, but when you're in the thick of it, you don't really have time to read a book. You might buy a bunch of books and they sit there and you might thumb through them and like, yeah, that's what I do. But you're in the thick of it. You're sleep deprived. You don't have a lot of time. What's great about Allie's book is that it's the pictures. You can flip through and you can say, my baby's having this problem. And it'll, there's words too describing the pictures, but maybe you could show.
Yeah, I was going to show. So it's super easy. If your baby is having, let's say, gas, you flip to the gas section and we're like, okay, here's a little blip about our experience with gas. And then here's steps 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And here's even a picture to help you real quick in the moment. Because when your baby's crying and you're having problems and you're like, I've got to solve this right now, you don't want to read a book about how gas is made.
No, you don't care.
You want to help your baby right then and there. And you want to just like be their superhero immediately right away.
Right.
There's great massages. This is one of our favorites. And again, like you might recognize some of these are ancient things. We did not reinvent the wheel here. We didn't make some of them. Our original concepts from experts, which we're not, we're writers, but we consulted with experts. And then a lot of these are things that you can find online. But again, the problem we had is in the moment we were doing this research online and everything's out there, but it's all over the place.
Yeah.
There's no one place you can go to for everything. And it's really scattered across the internet. So, this just gives you like a quick hit answer and you don't have to do all that digging to find it.
That's great.
And it's funny.
And it's adorable. So everybody watching, Allie's going to give away a signed copy to somebody who comments on this video or shares this video. So go ahead, get out there, and she will sign a copy for you. And as we're talking, if anybody has any questions about specific things about soothing baby, whatever, pop them in the comments. We're watching the comments, and we will answer them. And there's the Instagram people again. I'm explaining as they're joining. We're live on Facebook with Allie Kingsley Baker, who wrote the Mama Sutra. The Mama Sutra. I almost said you wrote the Kama Sutra, and that would be
be interesting.
And so I'm trying out going live on Instagram too. So if you want to get this whole view, go over to Facebook or just hang out here for the behind the scenes on Instagram. Okay, Allie's giving away a signed copy to somebody who comments, likes, shares this video. You mentioned that you had experts write the book with you, which is one of my favorite parts because in the end of the book, you have the list of experts, and they're all different kinds of experts. So this isn't just anecdotal, old wives' tale mom stuff. No. This is doctor approved stuff.
Yeah. We before we even handed the book in to our publisher, we sent it to a list of top pediatricians and some of the best in the business. And we said, can anything in here harm a baby? First of all, that's the most important. No. Yeah. Do you agree that everything in here will work?
Yeah.
For the baby. And yes. And they signed off. There's quotes on the back. There's quotes online. Everything in here is safe and will work for different babies.
Awesome. And you have different kinds of experts. I don't have it memorized, but there's the doctor, there's who else?
We have some really cool experts in here. One of them, you might have seen if you watched Goop Lab on Netflix.
Yeah.
Dr. John Amaral. He's an energy healer to some very, very high net worth people in the world. You can't just get a session with him. He works with Gwyneth Paltrow. I met him through Julianne Hough. He's like the guy to see. And never before has he shared his soothing tips for infants. He's really only shared his tips for these celebrities and VIPs. And so in the book is really his first time giving this awesome soothing advice for babies. Yeah. And we use it every night. I mean, it's really great. And then also for the nutrition stuff, we consulted with dietitian Lisa Mastella, who is the founder of Bump and Blends, which a lot of people on here probably have tried, these awesome smoothie cubes. We've worked with different doctors, different massage therapists for infants. And we have a list of about 10 different people that we worked on each and every section with.
Yeah. So it's very holistic. You've got like the MD doctor, science people. You've got the energy healers, the chiropractors, all that stuff. Cool.
We wanted to cover all bases. We wanted, because when we were looking to heal our daughter, yes, we went to our medical doctor, but we also wanted something holistic because our medical doctor was saying, give her this medicine, stick this plastic tube up her butt, do, all these aggressive things. And we were like, there's got to be another way. And so we went the holistic route, and it worked better for us.
Oh, cool. Awesome. Yeah. So I know there's the whole gas section because babies are very gassy, and that's a lot of their discomfort. But can you describe a couple of the other sections in the book and other problems that it's for?
So we break down gas into farting and burping. Gas, they go up and down.
Right.
We've got the sleeping section, which is we call the Holy Grail. We've got a lot of stuff for colic. We've got constipation. And constipation, we have a lot of massages that actually really work. It's called the shitting shaman.
I love it.
Number 2 right there.
The shitting shaman.
Burping, soothing, pooping, shitting.
Yeah. I mean, some of these positions work.
Stimulation is another one that is really important because I think when it comes to putting your baby to sleep, something that a lot of people don't think about, especially with the new babies, is how important it is to stimulate them during the day and stimulate all of their senses, because then they're tired and they'll sleep longer.
You want to tire them out.
It sounds like a no-brainer, but you don't think about that. Like, oh, my baby actually needs to be stimulated visually. They need, hear different sounds. They need to crunch different papers. Like, that really helps. And then lastly, actually, there's a section for the parents called the Achy Creator, and we worked with a chiropractor in LA, Matthew Bernstein, and he created a series of stretches and exercises for parents that are that will heal common things like you don't think about it, but when you're holding your baby, you're looking down. When you're breastfeeding your baby, you're looking down.
It's a lot of hunches.
The hunches, the neck, and your jaw, and like all the things.
Right.
We have exercises for that, and we also he taught us that when you hold your baby, you're usually favoring one side.
Totally, I'm a right-sided baby holder. Yeah.
Yeah, same. So you become kind of like elongated on one side and crunched on the other.
Right.
And it's important to balance that out. And so there's a series of exercises to kind of realign yourself. There's a lot of good stuff in there for parents that we do all the time.
Yes.
To get ourselves back in check.
Awesome. And you're giving away a copy. Signed because you're a celeb to somebody who watches this video and shares it or comments. So you guys get in those comments and say something. And also let us know if you have any questions. I just want to show you one of my favorite graphics in the book. It's very adorable. What's up with this lady? I think she's me.
I love her. This is called the tension. And this is one of the exercises for when you're looking down at your baby all the time. And it's like the ugliest exercise you can do, but you're basically like making yourself have 10 chins.
As many chins as possible, double chins.
Go back. And you go back. And the more, and you do that, and you can feel it. It really, like,
I feel it right now.
Really
feel it in your shoulder almost.
Teeny little micro muscles that you pull when you're looking down at your baby. It's crazy.
So for anyone who's listening to this only and not getting the visual, it's a awesome cartoon of a stylish mama who is giving herself 3 chins to stretch out and holding a martini.
And the martini helps.
It helps a lot. It really does.
We're big fans of the martini, a glass of wine, like whatever it takes.
Yeah, whatever helps.
It goes hand in hand with the stretching.
Totally. We're going along because it's fun talking with you and you have so many great answers. I feel like I need to ask you a few more questions. And if anybody else has any questions, pop them in the comments. And the Instagram people are, somebody is saying on Instagram they love your book. It helped them so much. Yay, Jen.
Thank you. Thank you.
Awesome. Yeah, it would have been nice to have that when I had newborns because I did do the thumbing through like huge books in the middle of the night thing, and it wasn't doing it for me. So let's just chat a little bit more about you being a mama Cue the sound. Cue, perfect timing, kiddo. Did you write this book while you were expecting?
No, so my husband and I wrote the book together.
Mm-hmm.
And it was in the middle of, I mean, talk about crazy. Our daughter was only a couple months old.
Wow.
And we were just complete zombies, as all parents are in the beginning. And we were really struggling with her gas. She had gas and it was just leaving her in intense pain. And we were at the point where our doctor was having us give her gas drops before and after every bottle.
Yeah.
Every bottle. Every feeding, breast milk, regular milk, everything was giving her problems. And we even had to resort to those plastic tubes that you put in their butt that release the gas. And
yes.
And it worked, but you can only use it 3 times a day. And it felt so invasive. She hated it. We hated doing it. So at that point, we were just like, there's got to be something else. And we started researching online. And there were all these different holds and all these different positions you could put your baby into. For a
minute, I thought you said holes, and I was like, wait, I'm very confused.
Most people think there's just 2, but there's really like 12.
Right, there's like, I'm like, wow, okay. Anyway, holds with a D, people. Go on.
Holds and positions that you can put your baby into,
right,
that will relieve their gas. And we started using them and they worked, and we weren't having to use these medications anymore. And we were like, this is amazing. I wonder if there are other holds and positions for other things. And so we started researching that, and we started reaching out to this energy healer that I knew through work, and all these different people. And they were like, well, yeah, obviously there's this and there's that. And like I said, all this information was just scattered all over the internet. It was scattered information. Nobody had compiled it. So we're exhausted. We haven't slept in like a month, and we're laying on the couch like this. and we were like, how cool would it be if there was a book that was just like quick hits of all of these positions and all of these holds that help your baby holistically. And I was like, yeah, it could be like the Kama Sutra. And my husband actually said the Mama Sutra. And I was like, bah! I sat up.
The moment. That was the moment.
We're writing a book.
That's so cool.
This is what it is. And as new parents on zero sleep with, like, I don't even know, we shouldn't have even been driving cars. We were so tired. We started writing this book. And it took us about a year of compiling information and working with all the experts. And we had great editors at Penguin Random House. And, we're so proud of it and what it became. And, like I said, another happy accident. And it's really helped a lot of people. It's certainly helped us with our second baby. It's been a much smoother ride. Even last night, he was a little bit constipated. I froggied his legs. I put him into froggy style and helped him get that little poop out. And I was like, dang, we did this. This is awesome. This is so much easier and better for him.
I love it. I just had an idea for a sequel. I hesitate to say this on the internet, so no one steal my idea.
Okay, nobody steal her idea.
Steal this idea. I'm saying it now. Copyright me, MomCave.
All the things.
Yeah. The follow-up book is, so you know how there's ancient positions for all these things. I bet there's also ancient remedies that work, that are concoctions, but it's not just the remedies for the baby. There's also, each chapter has a cocktail recipe for the parent.
Oh!
Right. To help you through that moment. Here's what you can feed your baby, and here's what you can drink.
Brilliant. Let's write it together.
Let's do it. I'm in.
Coming out next year.
Okay.
Well, 2022.
Watch for that in 2022, people, if we can get that together. Abby just commented, I love this book, such a great baby shower present. And that is a good idea. This is a very good baby shower present.
Oh, thank you so much. And that was really my goal. I wanted to help more parents. And, and my husband too. A lot of the books for new parents are geared toward moms. And, my husband wrote this book as well. And his voice is, it's a 50-50 effort. And it has a lot of stuff for dads, a lot of pictures of fathers.
Yes.
It's a great, because dads are doing it too. We have this dad right here picking up the pieces, and that, we wanted it to be the best baby shower gift ever.
ever. I think the lifetime nanny service would be the best baby shower gift ever. But if you can't afford that,
if you can't afford the lifetime nanny service,
yes, this book is awesome.
This book is second best.
Totally. And you can get this book in all the places you get books. I think I put in the description to this an Amazon link. And I noticed on Amazon they also have it like it's a paperback, audio, and Kindle.
Yeah, we have an awesome audiobook. We got to pick out the woman who did the voiceovers, and she has such a buttery, fun voice. I loved her. We both loved her. We heard her and we were like, that's our gal. And the audio is fantastic. But yeah, you can download it, Kindle. You can buy it from Amazon, Target, Walmart, all the places where you buy books.
Amazing. So
support your local bookstore too.
Go out there and get that if you need it. Leave us a comment on this video if you're watching us later when it's not live and somebody's going to win a signed copy. So this will be available, this video, to rewatch on Facebook and YouTube and all the places. And yeah, I'm loving talking to you. I could do it all day. You're fun and you have a wealth of information.
We'll just log off. We'll let the kids do their thing. We'll make some cocktails.
I'm afraid if I do that, the house will get burned down because this is the longest they've been silent in a while, which is
silent is scary.
Yeah, could be bad. Okay, well, thank you so much for being with us. Thank you guys for watching. Instagram people for being behind the scenes, and I'm going to log off. Bye. Okay, I'm logging off the Instagram, and okay, thanks, Facebook.